Yeah, think about it. Let me look at it.
So much going on. Oh. All right. This is going to be
epic.
Like
the Brady Bunch.
It is, dude. This is like the Brady Bunch, except better. Yeah. No Marshall. Marshall. Right. Boom. All right. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And what is going on, guys? Man, welcome. Look, dude, this is historic right here. We've got 6 people here. 6 people, dude.
5.5. We got 5.5 right now.
Yeah. When Will comes back. This is like a gaggle, dude. This is a gaggle. There we go. There he is. Dude, we got RC Pilot Will in the house. We've got Hex Speed. We've got Mountain RC. What's going on, buddy? Good having you.
How's it going?
And we've got Tim, aka Turn One, in the house. Jeremy Solt. Jeremy Solt.
We almost did it again.
Dude.
You know how long he's been saying Stoltz? It's going to take him forever.
Yeah, I should just say it.
That is going to be the running joke for the longest
This is a
time.
terrible joke, dude.
Well, wait till we get to JOK. That's all we're going to talk about with Carrie.
But gotta say, guys, happy freaking Thursday. Yep, you made it, guys. This is another Thursday show. Dude, this is show 224. 224, dude. That is crazy. That's a crazy number.
Man.
Dude, whole lot of grinding going on. But, guys, we have a bunch of good things to talk about. We've got some people in the room. Look, we've got Dynamic Dean's RC. He says, good afternoon from Alaska. Good to have you in here. Air Sally, RC flying veteran. Oil Baron RC, what is going on? Winston Brown, Bill Wagner. Let's see, Iron Mover, what's going on, buddy? Dude, we've just got at D Slow Pass. I like that. Tim Burks, Bentley Heck, Tim Burks, Jerry Wilfong, Jay Custer, Mountain RC. Not only is he in here, he's in there right there.
This is the one
on here.
He's on the chat and he's in here.
Drew.
Yeah, I have to have the
Jason.
screen in the background here so I can see all of the comments.
I know, man. We got Victor RC Jets. Dude, this is going to be great, man. P51 fan. Look, we just got to make sure that we speak at one at a time so we don't walk all over each other. But, dude, this is great, man. Good to have you guys in here, man. Happy Thursday. This is historic. We got 6. What is it? You got an what is it? What would we call this?
Six tucklet? Six.
I don't know.
Six. I can't say it. It's
a half because we got Kyler back there.
Oh yeah. You're right. So that's 6.5 right there, dude. This is great. Well, look, guys. Happy Thursday. Glad you made it, man. Heck, what is going on, dude? What you been up to? You look like you're in another hotel room.
Still in a hotel room. Yep, on a work trip again. So
he lives in hotel rooms.
Every time
makes
this time of year is
great.
rough. It seems like I'm always on a work trip during the spring or late winter. So
hey, man, sometimes you gotta work in order to play. You know, you gotta make the means to play. What about you, Mountain RC? How's it going, man?
Oh man, it's been going good. Just been flying, hanging out with Jeremy out at the Salt Flats, getting some videos out, doing some custom paint work. You know,
dude, I saw the custom paint work. Looks good.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, those pictures that we captured look.
Yeah, that looked fantastic.
And we're gonna show some of that there, but Jeremy Solt. How how's it going, man?
Doing good. We're just kicking it. You know, we're looking for a good weather day. We actually got our first snow for the season.
Yeah,
the weirdest.
Finally.
It is the weirdest thing to say that in February, mid-February.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's actually affecting my flying. So
Good. You need that.
no,
Yeah,
we're gonna try and get on Grantsville this weekend. So
I'm glad that you're getting some of what we've been getting for like what we broke a 4-week spell. So, but what about you, little dude back there, Kyler? What's going on back there, man?
Not much. Just school.
You keeping everybody in check over there?
Yeah.
He's
I've
flying.
seen
big
you on the
airplanes.
sticks on the B2, dude. That is amazing. We'll have to talk about that shortly as well.
Yeah, sure will.
What about you, RC Pilot Will? I just saw you maybe about an hour ago, man. Me and Will went out there to the airfield and got some late evening flying in.
Yeah, man. You know, just glad that we could get some flight time in now, man. Because lately, oh god, we've been through what 4 or 5 weeks no flying.
Too long.
Yeah, way too long. Got out there, met up with all the guys at the field. We had a good time. There was actually a couple of guys still left. There was a lot of people there. However,
Yeah, it was a nice day.
yeah, got us some low light flights in. Took the F-22 out today. The AF models F-22 out. I don't like that 105 fan, but it still flies.
You actually flew today, Will?
Huh?
You actually flew today?
I did.
Holy moly! It was 24-mile-an-hour gust here today.
No, dude, it died down for us. We were
Yeah.
like, what, maybe 9?
Yeah, it was earlier. It was gusting for us, and then it died down. We went out there around like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you guys: when you guys go out to film your videos, do people stand down when you guys are ready to go film? They're like, "Oh, they're filming. We got to stand down," or do you kind of just get your way in there?
No, everybody's really polite at our field. Most of the time, we try to stay out of everybody's way. So we'll let them do. We yield to them, and then once we start doing our videos, you know, they're very polite. They'll wait till we're done, and then you know they'll just pick up and start flying. Yeah, but we try to stay out of everybody's way. Yeah.
Yeah, we usually Bobby will do a flight, and then we'll let somebody, you know, let us, you know, however many people there, they'll go fly, and then I'll do a flight, and then you know, so on and so on. We just kind of just let it rotate like that. We don't want to make it seem like, oh, we got content to get. You guys got to wait. You know?
Yeah, no, it's not like we'll go pretty much. We'll be out the field like at the whole day, and we'll end up like really like doing video at the end of the day, like where most people are going. Yeah, we try to be nice. What about you, Tim? What's going on with you, buddy?
Oh, not much. Got a couple flights in on Friday and Saturday last week, and
what did you fly? I saw what you flew, dude.
yeah, I was flying on my F-16 six scale. So had about 4. No, I had about 6 flights on it between Friday and Saturday. Our field is just becoming absolutely. On a Friday, we had 30 pilots out there on a Friday afternoon.
That's almost too much. That's almost too much, Tim.
Yeah, our field is really becoming really popular because of the, you know, just because there's nowhere to fly turbines in the Charlotte area, you have to drive at least a minimum 2 hours to the nearest closest field.
Oh man, yeah, that's a good thing, and that's a bad thing at the same time. But what do y'all normally do when you have 30 people? I mean, do y'all just take turns? Like, I've never experienced that before.
The problem at our field is there's so many, the diversity of the types of planes, and the club has grown so much that the problem is everybody got used to doing flights by themselves, having the air time, you know, their 5-10 minutes, whatever flight time by themselves. And it's just come to the point where we're like, you can't do that anymore, because you go out there, you spend the whole day and you get 3 or 4 flights because everybody wants to fly one at a time.
It's like an event.
Yeah. I mean, it's just gotten to the point where we're like, hey, you know, obviously you don't want to go up with a jet with an aerobatic guy or warbird. So we try to, hey, all the warbird guys that feel comfortable flying with each other, go up and fly with each other. And then the jet guys, same thing. And try to, you know, be able to get more flights per day than, you know, just a few.
No, we mix it up a bit. I feel, don't we, Bobby?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not for the 3D guys. We don't really. There's one 3D guy that flies out there that we'll get out there and fly with, and that's Steve. We'll get out there and we'll fly when Steve's 3D in because he usually keeps really, really low, so we know where he's at every time.
Right. We got some pattern guys. We have a bunch of pattern guys that come out and fly, so they almost want the area to themselves because they want to do their routine and can't have a plane going all over the field or all over the airspace while they're trying to do their maneuvers or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, well, yeah. So, well, while we're talking, dude, look, I heard little grumblings, man. I heard there might be some other airplanes coming out too. We already heard the rumor on the SU-57 coming. We heard Free Wings got an 80 mil coming, right? We heard that. Jeremy kind of gave us a little hint that there may be a 70 coming too, so that's also good. But have you guys heard of anything else possibly coming? A V2 version?
I know of a few things, but I can't speak freely. So there's some good things.
You can't say that.
There's some good things coming from
I don't even know what it is. You shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
You got to tell us now.
Yeah, you got to give us a hint.
No, I'm being monitored by Boomerang right now. I can't say a thing.
Jeremy, you sound like you want to share something.
No, we've got stuff coming. But
yeah.
We obviously have the K8. That we now have confirmation will be here hopefully the early to mid March.
Right.
It's already on the website for you guys to see the price.
Yes, the price is great.
I absolutely cannot believe the price of that airplane.
Yeah.
Amazing.
$399.
Yeah.
For what? For the K8?
Yeah.
For the K8. Crazy price.
Out of here.
Yeah. Guys, like some normalcy has returned, right?
That is the owner of Banana Hobby making sure she's taking care of all of you.
Yeah, so. I agree. I agree.
Awesome.
Dude, $399.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you how good she is. I forgot to order a canopy when I ordered my replacement fuselage for my L-39. And I was able to send an email out, and she was like, she sent me an invoice for it. I paid for it, threw it right in there with my shipment before it left the factory, man. Like that's what you call good customer service.
She does an excellent job with that customer service for sure.
And you know what I mean? And to be straightforward, I mean, every now and again, there's just some customers we just cannot help. And it is what it is, right? It just is what it is, but we do try. And that's what I think.
I could say what you can't say because you work for them. When you're talking about the freeloaders that want to get stuff for nothing, something for nothing, yeah, of course you can't help those people who want something for nothing.
Or people that want to
you want something, spend your money.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right about that, Mountain. Let's see. Aaron Phillip 7164 says just switch to turbine. Hanger 9 T45 still in the box, and Aerofoam model L39 in the
Another
box.
one down.
And
you need to go ahead and pull that L39
and one of those right there you've got.
Dude, I want one of the MB339s. I'm gonna have to get one.
No, didn't you have one?
No, I had the EDF version.
You had the EDF.
Completely different airplane on a turbine.
Yeah, you had the full version.
Yeah. And testing the turbine soon before install. Aaron Phillips, man, I hope you the best, dude. You got to keep us posted. That's another one, man.
Okay, so let me give you some advice real quick on your testing of your turbines, okay? So obviously test them outside of the airplane.
Yes, always.
But once you get your airplane assembled and you're running it, you want to run it, try to run your motor outside of the airplane. Just run some really long hoses. And then you're actually testing the integrity of your system of your airplane. So
makes sense.
Tanks, all that stuff. But yeah, your motor's out of the way just in case you have any problems. So
yeah, that's actually smart. Very, very smart, man. And let's see here too. Let's see. Mike Drum RC, he says, hey fellas, going to NAW for the first time this year. Hey, Mike, just make sure you bring at least a minimum of $2 to $3 grand and you'll have a wonderful time. Do that.
What is this, Disney World?
Yeah.
All that because when I went to Joe Knoll, it was the wettest I've ever been from the rain and the moisture. It was
Oh yeah.
Last year was
crazy.
So just plan on
way,
wet feet.
by the way, guys, Mike Drum, I was just checking out your channel, dude. You got some good footage on there. Look, I'll share some of this right here. Take a look at it there. He's got some good stuff right there. He's got some A10, some Avios. He's got the Aerofoam MB339, boom, 105, 12S. Some good footage, guys. So spread the love. Make sure you make your way over there to his channel because that looks like some good airplanes for sure. That's the kind of stuff I like right there.
Oh, look at that beautiful L-39 right there. I wonder.
Yeah, dude, that's it, man. That thing's nice.
That scheme, I don't know.
Absolutely. But yeah, man. Boom. Make sure you check him out. That's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm running in the comments here. Let's see here. P51 fan says Carrie took wonderful care of me last week.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Congratulations on your jet cooler, by the way.
Yep.
Thank you for the awesome comments on there. That you like it. I'm glad you like it.
Man.
Really killing it with airplanes.
Tim Burke says, when is the camo version of the K8 going to be released? That's a good question there, buddy.
So we have a limited number of these ones that were able to make it into the container before they shipped, right? So the next container that will be coming will have all the camo ones in there. So
nice.
I can't ask about the K8 because my wife's watching.
Hey, P51 fan says, my jet ruler F-16 looks incredible. What a magnificent jet. Just got it yesterday. Boom.
What scheme did you go with, by the way? Put it on there.
You probably got the cool one.
Well, they're all cool.
I mean, they are. They are.
My favorite scheme, I want to let you know, my favorite F-16 scheme that Jet Ruler has done. You think I'm probably going to say that green camo, but I actually love the Thunderbird look. They did such a beautiful job on the Thunderbird. I mean, they killed it with that, the red, white, and blue.
Big shout out from to Jason over there. He says hello from Manitou Flyers Club. That's cool. Very, very cool. Nice, man. All right. Well, dudes, let's get into it. I got a bunch of questions, man. We got some things to talk about. So having a conversation with one of my flying buddies and not Will, and we were talking about just different things for people to consider. And so we were going to talk about this, weather considerations, like how wind, temperature, and humidity actually affect the airplane's performance. We talked last time about how, it can expand balsa airplanes and things like that, but he couldn't understand how humidity plays a factor with some of the electric EDFs and some of the turbine airplanes and some of the gas planes. So what I'll do is I will let Hex Speed, I'll let you take a stab at that, and then we'll just go around and let you guys fill on in there. So go ahead. Let's see here. How does like weather, wind, temperature, humidity affect RC airplane performance? What have you experienced?
Oh, it's a huge difference between a cold, wet day and a dry, warm day, performance-wise, especially. And then when you get into, like, say, something aside from electric airplanes, you get into gas-powered turbine or even glow-powered airplanes, the tune can change dramatically. For instance, I took my nitro or my glow-powered F-86 to California Jets.
Yeah.
And I was used to how I was flying at my home field in the summertime when it was really warm. And man, my first flight at California Jets, it's a relatively fast airplane, but at California Jets, the first time I flew it, it was probably like 50-something degrees and the air was super wet in the morning. It like barely flew. I was like, holy cow, man. And the tune was totally different. And as the day went on, it got warmer and the air dried out and it started to perform like it always does. But speed-wise, for sure, I was just talking to a buddy like 10 or 11 years ago. There was a speed contest for the Habu 32. And my friend Gary from eFlux RC, he used to build ducted fans, like assemble motors and fans for guys. And anyways, he built this Habu that ran a 12S jet fan 80 setup. And we did the speed runs at my home field in Tehachapi, which is 4,500 feet. And we did it in the middle of summertime when it was like 90-something degrees. And we got that airplane to go an average of 207 miles an hour, upwind and downwind passes with 4 passes. And the fastest downwind was like 217 miles an hour or something crazy like that.
Good grief. That is crazy.
But that same airplane, we flew it down in LA at much lower altitude and on a cooler, wetter day. And it probably did like 180. Like, it was a massive difference. So definitely changes things, and changes amp draw on a EDF system, like changes a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that is true. The amp draw, definitely I've noticed a difference, like just with some of the lipos and everything. It's just harder on the pack because it has to work a little bit harder. But Mountain RC, what do you think, dude? What have you noticed over there?
Well, on the EDF side of it, I've seen people like in the summertime. One of the things that I notice that happens a lot is I've seen these guys that they'll put a 6S pack in to go fly or whatever, and they'll put another one in their back pocket and they'll fly it, and it's 95 degrees outside, and then as soon as they land, they just taxi it over, pull that battery out, throw the next one in, and take right back off, and it's like putting so much stress on that ESC that you're just risking a lot, doing that. And then on the adverse side of that, flying in the cold, you have to take that into consideration too, as far as flight times. So
I didn't even think about the flying in the cold thing. I mean, because I always just do it. But yeah, you're right. It does affect your flight times.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Tim, what do you think, Tim?
Well, basically on gas motors, I have a winter tune, I have a summer tune. So that just tells you the weather, when it gets really cold and less humidity, you obviously got to tune the motor for that. And then versus the summertime when it's hot and humid here in the South, turbines love cold air.
Oh yeah.
They tend to run really good in cold air, and they run fine. And obviously you're not tuning. There might be a few things you got to do to your turbine. But usually if I've got to do anything to my turbine, I'm calling somebody with that manufacturer, and whether it be how much fuel is being dumped into it on startup. Sometimes when it gets really cold with a turbine, I've seen people have issues with them not starting correctly or not starting at all. Glow plugs not getting enough amperage, things of that nature. Usually in the summer, you need to back those numbers back down from the winter. So there's a little bit of tuning you got to do on turbines. But yeah, I mean, obviously altitude has something to do with it. You boys out west, out there at higher altitude, us down here at sea level or closer to sea level.
Yeah.
Obviously Jeremy was, at JOK last year, Jeremy's like, yeah, man, I can tell the difference. It was a big difference.
Yeah. Welcome to our neck of the woods, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, what about you, Will? What have you experienced? You're into the big EDFs too, so what's been your experience with that?
In the colder weather, of course, you're gonna have a lot of voltage sag, especially on takeoff. Taking off in the cold weather when the batteries are really cold, or they're under the operating temperature. You're gonna feel like it's not getting enough power, but it actually has it. It's just once you get in the air and you dial back out of the throttle, you can get your flight. But like Mountain RC said, the flight time is going to cut back. But in the warmer season, man, especially here with us, we have to dial back the timing on the ESC.
Oh yeah.
We're not running it at stock timing. We're going to have to dial it back. If we're running high timing for the winter, you got to dial it back to low or medium, because if not, you're going to smoke that motor. Yeah. I can't tell you how many I've already smoked running high timing in hot weather. And I mean, planes cooking, literally. But as far as, the gasoline engines or any internal combustion engine, when you're dealing with more humidity, more moisture in the air, of course, that's going to help it to run better. But you need to, of course, adjust the fuel because of the density of the air. So, of course, like Tim said, he's got his winter tune, he's got a summer tune because of the air density changes. That's something that you guys have to do, or we have to do as RC, flying RC planes with gasoline engines or glow engines, because we don't have a computer that's doing it for us like our cars do. cars automatically adjust everything because they sense the air density and the moisture and
You're
the
talking like
speed of the air and all of that good
a
stuff.
full scale
So,
car. It sounds funny saying a full scale car, but you mean like
the
your
Mac.
regular car?
yeah, like your actual car.
Oh, yeah.
Your actual car has sensors
Yeah.
that detect that stuff, so they make those adjustments for you.
I
But
got you.
like our gasoline engines on our RC planes, they don't do that. So it's like the old school cars back in the day where they had to jet the carburetors and they had to tune the carburetors for higher altitude places, lower altitude places, colder seasons, warmer seasons. You know, everything had to be tuned for the environment. So
I was looking at it, as you were saying that, I was thinking exactly what D Slow Pass was saying, and I can remember with my nitro engines. You know, like in the summer times, you really finicky on those nitro engines, trying to get them to run proper. You get them proper, you're like, don't mess with it. And then when it gets cold, then you retune it, and you're like, all right, it's good. I'm not gonna mess with it.
Leave it alone.
It's a ritual, and then you have those weird days where it's like 60, 70, and it's all over the place. But what about you, Jeremy Stolt? What you got, buddy? What do you got to add to that?
A lot of good stuff you guys have all said. Big things that I saw. Let's give actual experiences from what I've seen. So I fly at 4,900 feet. All of my stuff does relatively well in that. I feel like I have great speed. I feel like I have great power. And the hot and cold, just like you guys all said, it's directly relative. Cold batteries, they don't like being cold, but when they warm up, they fly great. You got great performance of that. Hot batteries, eventually they get hot and then they don't like it too. So everything you put on there. But we get to travel all around the country. And so the biggest difference that I seen was the air density. Air density is relative to, the barometric pressure, essentially, So
we're nerding out over here, boys.
So when we went to Kentucky, right, the air density was just nuts. The humidity was nuts because every single day at around noon, we got rain. Yeah. And with that rain, once it stopped, became ungodly amount of humidity.
Oh, yeah. You were in North Carolina at that point.
Okay.
And that air just got heavy.
I've never seen that man sweat so much.
Yeah.
At JOK, he was a freaking.
I had pits. I had belly stains. I had it all. Anyway,
wow.
It was ugly. It was ugly. I'm just telling you.
But anyway, the big difference that I saw was a lot of factors. First things first, airplanes and all of your electronics, they will rust like crazy. Okay. So brakes and struts, the nice chrome strut areas, bearings, pins, any of that stuff that's exposed, you start to see that it gets really, really corroded in that. So you're going to have to keep an eye on for electronic failures, or things not working, any of that kind of stuff like that. That was something we saw a lot of. We saw motors that didn't want to activate because the air bearings or the bearings inside there had decided that they didn't want to necessarily roll well because of the humidity. Right. So we had odd starts that were going to where the starter was going and it wouldn't turn the impeller. Just little things like that were just like, wow, this is so much different than our dry, amazing air.
Yeah, you guys are a bit spoiled. I'm glad you got to experience what we experienced about 4 or 5 months out of the year.
Yeah, so that was pretty crazy to see that aspect. That's stuff that you guys don't get to see. That's stuff that us manufacturers really don't see, okay? And so we try to, that perspective. It's like, hey, look, people are having problems with landing gear per se. We're like, okay, did you check the threads on your landing gear? They might be getting a little sticky, that type of stuff, things like that, so we can learn and try and help them. You may have a connection, so whenever I talk with people to try and help them with customer service, I try to find out where they're at and a little bit of that relative stuff on there. Now, the next big thing that we saw was our jets felt like they were kind of doggy.
Okay? Oh, yeah. You notice a lack of power.
So that doggy feel is nothing besides that jet trying to go right through all of those moisture particles, the humidity. And you may have extra power out of the motors, but you've got so much extra drag on that airplane. It's the craziest feel.
Yeah.
So just straight and level passes, they felt slow, right? But as soon as you wanted to go vertical, you could go to the moon with how much power you could get, but it was going there slowly.
That's right.
But you could go if you wanted to go there. So there were some neat things on there. Landings are all super amazing. You know, you can float forever with all that extra humidity. So just, you know, little bit of things on there. You know, it's like sticking your hand out of the car, and the more you tilt and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You just have more reaction in that humidity than you do where we're at. Kind of neat to think about. So, but like up here in Utah, whatnot, the only thing we got to worry about is dirt getting into into all your stuff. You know,
Yeah.
it's not too bad. You know, the humidity is next to none, so all of our stuff stays tried and true. You know, for the most part, right? And
I bet
so
you guys can stick your head out the window at about 35 miles an hour and still breathe. You do that over here, you don't feel like you're suffocating.
Oh, for sure.
we can do an 80, 90.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
In the wintertime, though, we'd be freezing our heads off if we did that.
Yeah.
Because it gets cold here.
But no, ultimately, like I said, you know, I want to get you guys here to Utah to experience that. You guys can see for yourselves in first person. You know, more than welcome to come up this way. We've got more than enough opportunities here to do that. So if you get an opportunity to come on up.
I got room.
So look at that, multi options. So, but like I said, you guys all said everything right there. And that's the point. Is it's different. You've got all kinds of attributes involved between the wind, the temperature, the humidity. Those are all major factors that all, no matter where you're at, you have to do that.
That's right.
Like Tim was talking about with tuning. You know, with turbine jets, the first start of the day, like if you change altitudes or where you have different humidities, you need to run that motor up for a minute and let everything calibrate for all the settings so that it doesn't choke itself out and die. You know,
That's it. Absolutely.
But I stopped doing gas motors because I just got tired of tuning everything because of how much variations in all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I did the same thing. I got to the point where I was like, I got so tired of it that I just wanted something I could set and forget. And gas motors were the set and forget, you know, especially the Zenoas. But as we are moving on to the next topic, check this out. The cost of the hobby in 2026, radios, lipos, chargers. The question is RC flying becoming like a luxury only thing? Like, you know, or has it always been a luxury only thing? And is the barrier for people that are just getting in it, you think it's too high, or do you think it's like just right? What do you guys think? Well, Jeremy, we ended with you. We'll start with you. I'll let you take the stab on that one.
Yeah, no way. Know where you're supposed to be at being an entry level person. You don't need to go and buy a big old T1A10 at $18,000.
But what if they want it though?
Then buy it and crash it, because that's what's going to happen.
That is very true.
Wow.
You know, it's not,
guys.
it's not a luxury thing. I mean,
That's
you can get to definitely all that, that stuff, the Gucci stuff or whatever you want to call it. But entry level stuff is all straight there. There's a lot of great products from, Horizon to get you started. There's apprentices, there's Aero Scout. They're all at great prices.
Yeah. The thing is I think like now, back in the day, I guess there was really just Futaba and Spectrum, but now you have all these different radio systems, for instance, that are cost efficient. FR Sky, Radio Master.
There's all kinds of options out there. You just don't go buy the first thing that looks like it's what you want.
Yeah.
Ends up being the $1,700 iX20.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Know where you need to be, right?
But speaking of Spectrum, though, did you see that a lot of their stuff has gone down in price lately, like receivers and
absolutely
radios?
Yeah. On the last show we talked about it, and it's very refreshing to see them go back and not, go up. You know what I mean? It's nice for them to see that. So that was good. I imagine.
I mean, it was up for a while, but
yeah,
a
long time
down.
Well,
Yeah,
it was
$2,200
$2,200.
prices going down. We've got
down to
a
18.
brand new airplane at $400. Things are going down. So,
Yeah.
Tim, what do you think about all this, man?
Well, to go on what Jeremy was saying, obviously you don't want to get into this hobby and go, like he said, go buy in a very expensive jet, because it's going to be a sore investment and a bad experience, and you're probably not going to stick with the hobby after that. Prices, obviously, they've gone up with all the tariffs and things of that nature, and it looks like they're starting to come back down, which is a refreshing, refreshing for all of us, especially that we're buying, the guys who are buying IX-20s and expensive radios. A $300 discount is really nice. But for a new beginner, I mean, obviously they're not going to go buy an IX-20. They're going to buy, probably like I did when I first got in the hobby. I bought the cheapest Spectrum radio I could buy. Well, I found out real quick that, that I had to upgrade pretty quickly due to how many channels I could run. But now, even with Spectrum having the extra 14 has 20 channels, a NX10 has 20 channels. So they're making it a little bit more reasonable for people to buy a radio at a decent cost. Planes, obviously, some of these planes they went up in price, and again, they seem to be coming back down a little bit, but not as much as the higher end stuff. The higher end stuff seems to be taking a better or getting a bigger discount than some of the smaller stuff. But, I hope everything just kind of settles down for a while, and, prices remain at least where they are and don't climb up. And I think most of the manufacturers and most of the distributors are seeing that, they're going to have to keep their prices somewhat competitive, like Banana. I mean, Banana's Hobbies has some great pricing on some great planes. They're cost effective. They're not, it might be expensive for somebody the first time to go buy, a $250, foam plane, because now they got to buy a radio and they got to buy batteries and they got to buy a charger. It's still expensive to get into, but it's not too outrageous yet.
Right.
That's introduction price.
Right.
Yeah.
You can have an amazing flight experience for not a lot of money.
Correct.
I mean, before we even started the podcast, Jeremy, you were just talking about that little B2 that you guys were out flying.
Yeah.
Having a blast with, so you can get out there and fly, relatively inexpensive planes and still have a really amazing flying experience, and come away with it like hungry for more, and then maybe wanting to invest more down the road. But entry level, if you wanted to get in, you can really have a good experience right off the bat for fairly cheap. Like example is, I went and got that 70 millimeter F-35 from X-Fly, and man, that thing is awesome.
It's great, right?
Yeah, it wasn't even that expensive, and it's every time I fly it, it's like amazing. It's like I'm jovial every time, so you can do it for relatively cheap if you wanted to.
I think people get caught up in wanting the very best and the biggest. I've seen people go from like 0 to 1,000. And I think for the hobby, it's not really the best thing for you to do. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I think that you shouldn't go out and then go buy an airplane and then put like all the telemetry in there, all the sensors, everything that you could possibly do in there. I think that you can have a really nice basic setup and enjoy it the same as anybody flying a $300 airplane. I think it's just depends on what you're trying to do.
Well, Bobby, think about this too. You talk about people that are putting everything into their airplanes. Do they really have somebody that is there helping them, guide them the right way to do things?
No.
Telling them, no, you don't need to do that. This is where you need to start. Keep it simple. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. These people that are loading up everything into these airplanes, I really think that they're just kind of on their own and they're reading all the stuff that's been typed up in RC groups and forums and all that. And everybody's thinking that this is the greatest and grandest,
Well,
they're out at the field and they see it at the field and they think they have to have it to fly.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And feeling of missing out, and then also that feeling of, well, if I don't buy this thing, it's gonna, they're gonna discontinue it, and then I'm never gonna get this thing, so I might as well get it now and just set it aside until later, you know, and you know,
Right.
and then you show up to the field and you see something new and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to go get that now. It's that feeling of missing out is like real strong.
Well,
I
and
agree.
everybody knows when we first got in this hobby, I'm sure I can speak for everybody in this group and everybody on the channel. When you first get into this, you go stupid. You want every greatest, man, I gotta have that one. I gotta have this one. You gotta have this one. And then long story short, you get when you finally figure out, well, this isn't really like what I like to fly. I really like flying this. And then all of a sudden you got a stash of planes that you don't ever fly anymore. So, you know, we all went down that rabbit hole. I'm sure every single one of us did.
Oh yeah.
On this hobby.
I still am.
Yeah, and I'll cook off stuff and then go right back to that rabbit hole. I don't know if it's just having a selection, but I don't know. It's just a good feel. But you're absolutely right. But I think back in the day, this hobby was more of a luxury. Like you had to pay to play kind of deal. I remember being very little and looking at Model Airplane News magazine. It was when it was like that thick, and I remember looking at airplanes. It was like $400 or $500, and my dad's like, "Nah, we're not gonna do that. You're gonna crash that airplane." And you know, yeah, he's like, maybe when you get a little bit older. So I got to be an adult, and then I could, you know, finance the airplanes that I wanted to get. So I don't think it's a luxury thing now per se. I mean, you can get into an airplane system for what, 300, 350 and have a complete, you know, enjoyable time.
Well, heck, you don't even need to go with that. You can even go with some of that UMX stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That stuff is so stable today, right?
Yep.
I mean, the opportunity to get into something and have success is so much greater than when we all started.
I agree.
Just the last 5 years alone, things have just been leaps and bounds. It's absolutely nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is absolutely. I mean, the hobby has gone completely bonkers with everything, and you know, a lot of people will tell you a lot of the technology that we enjoy is, you know, ex-military technology, trickle down effect kind of deal. So let's move to the next topic right there. That was actually pretty good. Let's see. Are gyros and safe making pilots lazy? This is a discussion. Is it helping grow the hobby or reducing real skill? This is one that we keep going back to, but the thing is let's build on that there, because you know we kind of beat that horse a little bit, but let's go a little bit deeper dive into it. So here we go. Let's just put that up there and boom. So basically, at what point does stabilization stop assisting and start replacing like piloting skills? You know, are we creating pilots who can't recover without electronics? And should beginners learn without gyros first? And why or why not? All right. That's a good, very loaded question, right? But it is something to think about. So I'll go ahead and let Hex Speed, I'll let you take a stab at that one. Let's go.
Oh, step.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think safe is actually great for people, especially if they're flying by themselves. Like if they have to learn themselves how to fly without any help. I think having safe is great for getting people into the hobby. It kind of takes away a lot of the risk. I was a friend of mine at work, actually, his son wants to get into it. And so I was showing him all the different options, like on Horizon, of all the different training airplanes that they have. It's certainly helpful in those cases where you don't have someone to coach you through flying a model. But at some point, you got to cut the cord and get off of the safe and start flying for real. I think if you get stuck on safe, then yeah, you're not going to learn a lot of things, and you're going to be kind of stagnant in the hobby. If that's what you enjoy, that's great. But if you want to continue learning, you're going to have to eventually give it up.
That's right.
But I think it's a great place to start. And I think, you know, back in the day, you know, you would spend all this time to build a trainer, and then if you didn't have anyone to help you, you probably were going to crash it on the first flight. And it's super easy to get frustrated. So
yeah,
you know, nowadays with safe, that's all out the window. I mean, now you can hit the panic button if you get scared or don't know what to do, and then it's fine. And then you can, you know, reset yourself and try and land it or whatever. But, you know, back in the day, you didn't have that option. Now that does change things. And, you know, Bentley, he's 15 now, and I started teaching him how to fly when he was about 8 or 9. And we started him out on safe. And we had a Valiant because I wanted something sort of fun, that wasn't just like a super lame trainer. So I got a Valiant. Right. That looked cool. So anyways, but he didn't want to turn it off. He's like, no, I'm good. I'll just leave it on. I'm like, yeah, but you're never going to learn. And so eventually we had to stop flying that airplane because he didn't want to turn it off. And so a friend of mine gave me an old SIG Cadet and with a glow motor on it. And that's what I taught him how to fly on. And that's what and then he learned to love flying that airplane, and then he progressed from there. So, and then as far as gyros go, because now we use gyros in all of our airplanes, not for whatever, but, we're scale guys. And the more realistic an airplane looks in the air, the cooler it is, in my opinion. So, when you see an airplane coming into land and it's just locked in and it's not being bumped around and all that stuff, it looks way more realistic, and that's the whole idea. Now, there may be times where gyros do take away some of the inputs required to do certain maneuvers, and in that case, maybe it can make you lazy if you're using too much gyro assistance for some of that stuff. But overall, I think people get the wrong idea about gyros. They're more about making the airplane fly smoothly than they are about taking away, skill from the pilot. So
I agree.
Yeah, they don't fly the plane.
Yeah.
You still have to fly the actual airplane. You literally can fly the airplane into the ground. I promise you that.
And in some cases,
the entire way in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in some cases, like, Bentley and I have been with A3X Plus and with the Spectrum radios, it's so easy to mess with gyro settings that you literally have the airplane sitting there on the runway, and you pull up the screen and you make some tweaks and you go fly it again. And I didn't like that. Let me tweak it some more. And you don't have to get a laptop out. You have to do any of that stuff. It makes it so easy that we started messing with all of our AS3X airplanes to see if we can make them better.
Mm-hmm.
And
I do that every single time. Yeah.
If you don't know how to set up a gyro, you can definitely crash an airplane real quick.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like they're not some magical pixie dust that just makes everything better. They do make things better, but you have to sort of know what you're doing a little bit.
I think it's now becoming like socially acceptable now. I mean, it was before, but I think more people are informed,
Oh, it was absolutely not acceptable back when.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll be the first.
Using a gyro.
I was a hater too back in the day. I was like,
dude, I was
a pilot using a gyro.
Yeah,
I was super hard against gyros for a long time. Like,
same.
That guy's using a gyro for sure.
and now I'm like, just
gyro. How smooth that airplane is, gyro.
Hey, look at P51 fan says it best. Gyros are like the AI of the RC community. He says they can really be helpful and can cause skills to stagnate. Same thing. So he's absolutely right. It is kind of like
you rely on too much, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, with anything, this thing.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm looking into the comments over here. Let's see here. P51 fan says I've been a long time fan of gyros. The heli community learned that about 15 years ago. Everybody knows helis definitely need a gyro. Omaha Air Defense 7127. He says I flew my HSD F-86 and F-16 on safe at first. Then BD Tennessee told me that I needed to wing off of it. Absolutely. And that's what I'm getting at. It's like we have people at our field that are on AS3X, and you see like, they're kind of locked in on it. You need other members at the field to kind of wane them off in a very nice way, so they know the difference. Because if not, they're going to stay on it and be scared of, flying without it. It's almost like riding a bike without training wheels, right?
Yeah.
So that's
everybody's always talking about trying to grow the hobby. I always hear people saying things like, "Oh, the hobby is dying, and there's not a lot of people are getting into it these days, and we need more people to get in. We need to get the youth involved." And the one thing that I've seen is like, what do kids want to do? They want instant gratification, right?
Bingo.
They don't want to learn how to fly an airplane if you can throw safe on and get them in the air and they can fly that thing, they're going to probably stick with it rather than going and having their parents spend a few $100s on a plane and they put it in the ground. They're done. They're not coming back. They're going to go back to doom scrolling. And so I think safe helps. But one of the things I think it negates is teaching you how to use the sticks, because you're slamming those sticks.
Oh yeah.
On safe. Like you're all the way to the right, all the way to the left, and then when you take it out of safe and you do that, you're
rolling
going
the
right
plane.
into the ground. It's
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
done.
You're right.
And that's what safe teaches you if you don't get off of it quick and learn about, light inputs on the sticks, because otherwise you're doomed.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna
Absolutely.
go.
That is where community-based organizations are going to help you.
Tim, what were you saying?
I said I'm going to take it a step further. So, the safe also gives you mixes. So when you have it in safe, when you put in an aileron, you're getting a little bit of left rudder.
Mm-hmm.
You put in right aileron, you're getting a little right rudder. It puts it in there for you automatically. And if you depend on safe and then all of a sudden you decide to try it without safe, now you're not getting that mix unless you put a mix in your radio.
Right.
And a lot of people get dependent on rudder because they've been flying in safe. We have 2 people at our field that fly giant scale warbirds and fly them on safe. And the only time they click it out of safe is when they want to do a roll or something.
Mm.
And they don't know how to use rudder. And, so you get dependent on that. And then, if you get dependent on a gyro, I'm going to go into the gyro thing. If you get dependent on a gyro and you don't know how to fly your plane without a gyro, if that gyro ever quits or you got to turn it off because it came loose and it's rattling around in the inside of the plane,
you're in trouble.
You're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Very valid point. Very valid point.
Like,
Wow.
what I was about to say, though, I was about to say that I think out of all 6 of us in here, I'm the only one that actually started learning how to fly when safe was available. Because I don't think any of you guys started flying when safe was available. So
I was.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I stand corrected. But I'm probably the newest at flying.
I'm the dinosaur in the room.
I was at the beginning.
But yeah, so the thing is that safe, it helps in the beginning. Like Mountain RC said, it gets you that instant gratification. And it's like I probably wouldn't have stayed with this if I, got a airplane and took it up and crashed it and realized I just crashed, $200 instantly. Like I would have never stayed with it. It's a waste of money. I don't want this. I'm gonna go do RC cars. And but another thing about it is, and this is the thing that I don't think people pick up on, is that there's not just safe, there's intermediate, which won't allow you to roll completely over. It won't allow you to loop, but it'll give you more of the feel of the sticks and more of you actually flying the plane versus letting safe fly the plane for you.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing too that I noticed people, are not doing, and I mean, maybe I should make a video talking about this. People get into a bad situation and they panic, and they either go for safe, they're flying out of safe, they get in a bad situation, they panic, and they go for safe, and the first thing they want to do is land the plane. Like, that's not the time to land the plane. You're already shaking, your breathing is heavy, your eyes are probably watering up because you started that panic mode. Just fly the plane around until you can cool off, then bring the plane in. I had to learn that myself, and that's why now whenever I get in a situation and I've got something going on, I mean, y'all seen videos, Bob, you've seen countless times where I stalled the plane unintentionally. And I'm like, whoa, you're like, you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And I just keep flying it around until I get my nerves back. Because, yeah, I might not look like I got, a little nervous about it, but I did. And instead of going for safe, I just, because I'm not into safe anymore, I just actually, fly the plane. Teaching my daughter how to fly, I got her on safe on the Aeroscout. And which is a good entry point, because you get the transmitter and everything for like what is it, like $2.99?
Yeah,
you get
fairly cheap.
Plane, a battery, and a small charger for $2.99. So I got her on that, and she does good. I had her on safe. She didn't take off, of course. I had her on buddy box as well. So I took off. I put her on safe. Let her learn how to feel the plane in the air. Let her learn orientation. When the plane's coming at you, left is right, right is left. Stuff like that. So I let her learn that stuff, and then I get her off of safe. I'll take the plane off, get it in the air, put it in intermediate. Let her learn how to feel the sticks. Now she's like, oh, she's freaking out because it's more than what she wants. But long as I didn't see she was nosediving the plane, I didn't take over. I just let her. If she was rolling it too far and it stopped rolling, I let her realize what she's doing, and hey, correct it, go back the other way.
Right.
Turn the plane around. X, Y, Z. So safe is a good thing, but you got to know how to use it in the steps that they designed it for. They designed it for safe. Yeah, get out there, fly it on safe, take off on safe, land on safe, get up in the air on safe, go in the intermediate, fly on intermediate, learn what the sticks feel like without being able to flip yourself over and lose orientation. Then you got to land in safe, because that's what I did. I did that for a while, even with a e-flite 70 millimeter F-16, which was one of my successful EDF flights when I first started. And I flew that thing, took off on safe, get in the air, flew it on intermediate, land on safe. Then I got to the point where I was taking off in the intermediate, flying in intermediate, landing in safe. Yeah. And then I got to the point where I was able to start landing in safe. My first unsafe landing, dude, I jumped around for joy.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, dude, it was very rewarding, and I did that, in a park.
Right.
Well, the other good thing about safe too is like when you gotta scratch your nose or a bug lands on your face, it's always good to flip it into safe to get that.
I tell Bobby that all the time, and Bobby's like, I don't set safe up on my transmitter. I'm like, Bobby, you get a bug in your eye.
You don't want a wasp land on your face.
Nope. I sit there and suffer through it, boys. I've been flying for years like that. I ain't gonna start now. Well, look, that was a pretty good topic right there. Let's end that one and move this on to the next one right there. We have the new free wing. It's not new, but we'll say it anyway. But it's the free wing F-22 Raptor V2 version. They came out with the newest one, I guess, and or a newer version of the F-22, ultra performance 8S 90 millimeter. That came out. I guess it's in pre-order right now, but we'll take a look at that real quick, and we'll see exactly what that one is about. So we're gonna bump over here to the free wing model website, and you can see it right here. They got a little bit of information on it right there. So free wing F-22, it looks identical. Imagine that. Looks pretty much the same, except this one has a different power system in it. Yeah. Let's see here. It says this is the pre-order for the F-22 Raptor V2 Ultra Performance 8S. And it says we will ship and package the box February 28th of 2026. So it is coming. And this 8S version with the 90 millimeter 12 blade EDF 8S power system has the 1350 kV in-runner brushless motor in there. So pretty much just upgraded the power system in there is what I'm seeing. And the ESC is a 150.
Did they add any lights or anything to it?
What'd you say?
Did they add any lights or anything to it?
I don't know. I'm reading right here. Let's see here. It's got a 50 amp ESC. Let's see. It's got an airspeed of 106 on 8S, 120 miles an hour. We beat that. That must be flat and level. Let's see here. And let's see, features. I don't know if it has the lights on there or not. I don't know if they actually did that because it's probably the same thing. Well, yes, a servo and LED lights are installed. So, yeah.
Yeah, that could be just the landing gear because I had a landing gear light.
It could be. You see the picture I'm working with right here, so I can't tell what it's got on there. But it doesn't look like the 80 millimeter that I flew earlier today. And that one was amazing, guys. We took that thing out there and we wrung it out. Here we go. Some better pictures. It looks the same to me. Yeah, I'm not seeing any LEDs or anything like that on there. And I don't know if it has the quick connect wings either. I would love for it to have that, but I'm gonna flip this thing over and see. I would imagine it would, but because the 80 millimeter has
is that an LED underneath the cockpit there?
On the nose, Will.
The nose, yeah.
Yeah, right here, yes, a light.
That's it.
What about that green right above the landing gear door? Is that a light right there?
Right here?
No, that's a sticker.
No, it's like a sticker of some sort. On the 80 millimeter, it's got lights all over it. Me and Will were flying today, low light situations, and we could see the dang thing. You could see the cockpit LED in there, like very, very nice.
I got some really good shots of that when he's banking in that turn. We could see
Looks like just the,
I tell you, there's no lights on this thing whatsoever.
Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, so
well,
it's just a power upgrade essentially.
And they're probably charging an additional $150 for that power.
Oh, you know it.
Somebody's saying that's a scam website.
Which one? This is the Freewing website. This is the Freewing model website.
BD Tennessee is saying.
Yeah, this is just for information. Nobody's buying anything off of here. I mean, who's going to spend $888 for this thing? So, but yeah, so that's what that is. Let's see here.
A lot of money. That's 2 K8s.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Shipped to you.
That's almost a turbine.
2K8 shipped to you.
But check this out. So, what me and Will were talking about earlier was we're out here flying the 80 millimeter. Guys, that 80 millimeter free wing is probably the best. We were just talking about.
I'm probably gonna have to get one of those 80 mils.
Take a look at the video right here, and you can definitely see the lights on this one. Can y'all see that?
Well, you need to get your AF turbine going, and then.
Well, that's the wrong
Say
video.
that again.
You say get my AF turbine?
Yeah, get your AF models turbine to F22 up
Oh yeah,
before you go and try and buy an 80 mil.
yeah. Because I don't really too much care for the EDF one anymore. It's just.
Oh, that's all I'm trying to tell you. Trying to save you what, $500, $600, something like that.
All right, let me try to get this video up here so you guys can see this. Let's see. I'll make sure y'all can see it. Oh, what's going on with that?
Would we lose Brent?
Yeah, we lost Brent.
Did we?
He might be on that hotel Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, that's sketchy.
They might have kicked him because he's on to using too much bandwidth or something.
Let's see here. All right, let's take a look here and trying to pull up this video real quick. Let's share this. Oh, no, it is. He's right there. Boom.
Yeah, I think my Wi-Fi, I had to reset it.
Models is the fake one.
Reset your Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Freewingmodel.com is the real one.
All right. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at this. So this is the one that we were talking about with the lights and everything. Take a look at this one, man. This thing is pretty nice.
Nice.
It is pretty nice.
All right, here we go.
Haul them and tell.
So we'll just take a couple of I mean, it's really nice. That LED is very bright on this one. So you can see this was pretty dark. I'm going to take this thing up. A little quick video. We're not going to show it all, but I just want you guys to see.
Don't go too quick because that nice turn is kind of towards the beginning.
Here we go.
Nice turn. Like,
yeah, he did a really nice turn.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say that he got stuck on a wing in a turn or something.
No.
Right, here we go. It's amazing how you can see the LEDs in this thing so bright once it's in the sky. And this was pretty dark. I mean, we had to land because it was getting so hard to see it.
It was getting hard for Bobby to see it.
There it is right there. Take a look. Those lights really show.
They look good.
Heck, you can see the light in the cockpit.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? That's one thing I noticed. I was like, man, that's wild. And that thing was just pushing. It's a phenomenal airplane.
It looks way
Well, you
better.
did a good job with the pictures, man.
I think it looks better than the 90.
It definitely.
Yeah, that 80's starting to grow on me. I think I'm going to push the button on that one for an electric F-22.
Just put a turbine in your AS model.
I am going to put a turbine in the AF model, but I would like to have an electric to just throw around.
Man, oh man.
I'll be able to swing that
You're
AF.
honestly You're honestly going to just sling around that Raptor on the turbine version. I mean, just ask Alan, right?
Oh yeah.
What is the common foam turbine that you see everywhere? The Raptor.
The Raptor.
Is everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have seen him out at the salt flats.
Yeah.
So these guys
had like
are flat
7 or
spinning
8
those things and everything too, or
What's that?
are they flat spinning these planes and stuff too, or are they just?
You can do almost anything with them. Just
Oh, really?
have fun with them. Go up and just.
Bobby's not gonna let me do that at the field. He's gonna be like, "No, you don't need to do that. I'm gonna get your license revoked."
You can even do some FPV.
Right? Get a little FPV
Yeah,
going on right there.
FPV, it's fun.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Pulley, what's going on there? We got Pat Moore in there. He says, I want the new K8 from Banana. So there you go.
It's great.
It looks good.
It's pretty fun.
All right. Let's see. Didn't Freewing already offer a F-22 8S plug and play? I thought they did too from the V1.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
V1, yeah.
Yeah, version
Yeah,
1.
I've got it. I've got the V1. And
Yeah. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Oh, what's going Larry Sheehan? What's going on, man? Good to see you there. You know, I've never flown one of those on 8S, but the 6S flies so great. I can only imagine.
No.
Did the guy
no.
Let's see here. What are we looking at here?
Dang, Will. You got
You see that too.
Oh.
No, sir. Not I.
Oh, wow. I just read that. Let's see here. He says, I got my first turbine thanks to you guys. How cool is that?
Nice.
Miles the Mini Pilot Kelly, he says, I got my first turbine thanks to you guys. Banana Hobby Aerofoam MB339. I hope to get my waiver before I'm 11. Dude, that's great, man. That's awesome.
Nice, dude. My son was 10 when he got his.
Dude, man, we're out here changing hearts and minds, man. Hearts
Very
and minds.
Good job,
Let's
bud.
see. That is awesome. All right.
Yeah, great job.
Let's see here. So, by the way, guys, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I was talking to Will earlier, and RC Pilot Will made a homemade paint booth. Will, what did you do? Explain. Yeah.
Stoltz.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, Stolt. Yeah, Jeremy Stolt. Will, how did you make a homemade paint booth? Let's go.
So basically,
And we need the Cliff Notes edition, so you got to be quick with it.
yeah. So basically, all I did was I took the box that the plane came in, which is my aeroplane 139. Opened it up, drilled a hole in the top of it, used the wire hanger to
Talking about buttered sausage. Where
use a wire hanger to hold the fuselage inside the box as the box was standing up.
Okay.
And that way I could like basically kind of spin the fuselage as I painted it like it was on a rotisserie type deal or whatnot. But
You see a rotisserie like the chicken?
We got pictures.
like I was rotisserieing the airplane.
Oh,
It
okay.
looked like one of those guys at Ruth Chris coming around carving meat off. Except for I was spraying a fuselage.
Now, what did you spray it with?
It's
Were
a
you what
different
kind of
gyro.
Yeah, what were you spraying it with?
buttered sausage.
Believe it or not, it's Rattle King. I don't know if you guys seen it yet, but I have a short of it. That's Rattle King.
Nice.
Well, you gonna show it to us or what? What are we doing?
You got it.
I do.
Yeah, it's
I
on
do.
my channel.
Where's it at?
It's on my channel. It's a short.
Oh, all right. Let's see here. Let's take a look. We'll see if we can.
It's got, of course, you shut the music off so you don't get no whatchamacallit.
Oh yeah. Let's
You have to
see
get
here.
creative when you're painting models, especially when they're big.
Absolutely.
I had to when I painted my.
I removed all of the decals on there and everything, and then I put them back on after doing the paint. So I got a couple of custom stuff because it's a Bretland, but I just wanted what?
What?
The comment William Lane put in there.
Let's see here.
Oh man, getting
All
high
right.
Thank you. No.
So, Will, I'm gonna show this video real quick of the airplane that you were talking, the Breitling, so everybody can kind of see what you sprayed with the rattle can, and we'll go from there. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. So we'll show a little bit of this right here. We're going to mute that because you've got some weird music playing. You can kind of see it right there. You going to narrate with us? Because we can't listen to it because you put music to it.
Oh, it's just the red underneath the bottom or under the bottom of the wings, and just black. I kept the silver that the Bretland fuselage comes with, so I just taped all of that off and kept that. The wings are actually from the camo version, the green camo version.
Yeah,
so all the wings, all of the tail, the rudder, all of that's from the green camo version. That's where the yellow is coming from on there. So, and it's still got the tiger stripes on the edges or whatnot.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, so I'm gonna throw me the 3 strikes claw from Ace Combat 7 on the rudder, and call it a day. And I'm gonna smoke the canopy. I'm gonna smoke the canopy.
Hold on, we're not that kind of channel. Wait, what are you talking about?
Like smoke the canopy, like the HSD Jets version.
Oh yeah, hotbox the channel. I was like, what is he talking about? I was like, we're not that kind of channel. Wait a minute, Will. That's crazy. Well, let's take a look over here. We got one more thing I wanted to show you guys. Mountain RC did a pretty good job of switching up the scheme right here. So let's take a look at this.
Boy.
And he did a really nice job of this thing. So I'll let you figure out which cartoon it's from. But here we go. All right, let's take a look here. We'll make it big.
Stop by the channel, and as always, I appreciate.
And there we go. Here we go.
In today's video, we are featuring the e-flite E8.
Boom, just like that. Here we go.
So I decided to take on the challenge with some help from my wife to make.
Here we go. Check that out, guys. Look at that.
Mystery machine.
Oh, I saw that. That's nice, dude.
How cool is that, right?
Oh man. Hope you guys all enjoy.
How cool is that, dude?
That is really nice.
Relax and enjoy the flight.
Shows up good.
Yeah,
it really
shows
does.
up good.
Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna see that, no matter if it's cloud cover or not.
Yeah.
Man, look at the mountains back there, man. That's crazy.
I tell you one thing, it's an easy target for an F-16.
But actually, it's not an F-16. It's an F-15.
And you rip the mask off.
Yeah.
That flies really nice. So that one flies exactly the same way that mine flies too. It's very interesting.
Doing its job.
That's a nice, it looks really good.
It was a fun paint job to do, something unique and different.
Really excited to see.
How long did it take you to do that?
Not very long. I've been turning them out. I've probably done like
and I hope
4
you all
paint jobs in the last month and a half
questions about the D18
on 4 different planes.
or the paint scheme that I
These
did,
guys
or the
talking
paint that
about
I
I'm
used,
getting high
leave it
off
in the
the
comments
fumes.
below. I do have some videos on my channel of how I
Will's
paint
like,
paint schemes.
Yep, there it is.
I encourage all of you
Nice.
to do it at least once. Paint one of your
Oh,
planes.
man.
So satisfying.
Look, Jeremy, I
You
took
even
my
did the
hat
hubcaps orange.
I even had Fred and Scooby inside the cockpit there. You can't really see it, but I've got Fred and Scooby in there.
See, that's what makes this hobby so freaking cool, man.
Did you eat a Scooby snack before you took off?
Just doing
Well, you're
stuff.
not allowed to do that before you go fly at the field, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta, exactly. Come on, Tim. Tim looks better than that.
Yeah, I thought about stealing taking one of my daughter's Barbies that she don't know that I'll get a hold of, and chop her in half and put her in the L-39.
Easy. My gosh.
My son has minions in his L-39.
Oh man,
So go
hey,
have
she
fun,
does
right?
everything right. Why not let her fly a turbine?
Man. All right. So look, let's jump into here. There was one more thing. Man, we covered a lot of good things. Let's see here. We talked about a lot of good topics here. And there was one more I wanted to talk to you guys. I wanted to ask you guys around. Let's see here. It was one. Let me see. We already did the loaded question one today. I love doing a loaded questions when we have this many people on there. Let's see. All right, this one. Boom. We have to make this very quick, right? We can't go on soliloquy, so we got to make this one straight to the point. Crashes, fails, and lessons learned. So everybody's got a story, right? So for the most part, everybody that's in here, what is like your most painful crash? Like, was it like financially motivated or was it emotionally? Like, you got to think about the one that hurt the most or the one that was the most impactful. You know, I've had many crashes where I've crashed and I learned from them. And then I've had some where it was just dumb. Like I just did dumb stuff. Like my brain went right instead of going left like it should have. And I knew it. And I'll tell you one right now. I had a quarter scale kit built Balsa USA. I want to say it was like a Cub. Was it a Cub? I don't know. It was a Cub-ish type airplane, but it was beautiful. It was cloth covered and everything. And I took it off, and I immediately took it off and gained altitude straight up, you know, about maybe like 50, 100 feet. And then I realized my ailerons were reversed again. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. And I literally flew the thing with ailerons reversed almost all the way around. I got it all the way back around. I got it about maybe 30 feet from the deck. 30 feet. And I was like, oh man, I got this. I was like, just stay focused, just stay focused. And I was focusing. And then all of a sudden I was supposed to go right and my brain made me go left. And just like that, I crashed. And I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Dang.
And I was doing so well. I literally went the whole revolution of our field, almost like a quarter of a mile, like all the way reversed and got it down low and totaled the airplane. And that was the one that bothered me the most. I think it was like almost like $1,000. That was a lot of money. So, you know,
I thought you were going to say it was that AF model's T-45 that we cleaned out.
No,
the one with the horizontal upward instead of downward.
No, man, that thing actually flew pretty good too when I had it upside down. Believe it or not, it actually flew. I had no problems out of it, so that was funny. I didn't think it would fly very well like that, but it did. But Jeremy, I'll let you take the first stab at it. Go ahead, buddy.
You got a video of it. That F-16, F-86.
Oh, when you clipped your son?
Yeah, that was expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, that was expensive. Oopsie.
Yeah.
That's because he took 2 planes out.
But you did a good job, though, man. You didn't blame anyone. You didn't come down on anyone. You just fixed it. You pick up and carry on. And that says a lot about, like, you know, the character in the hobby, man. That's what it's about, you know. We're going to crash them eventually, you know. But that was a pretty good one. What about you, Will? What's your most memorable one? Shoot, it should have been that turbine.
I was going to say, he's probably got about 50.
Oh, that's horrible, dude.
A Rolodex with all of it.
Let me see here. Hold on.
Man, there's a whole
We're going to be here all night, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
yeah, this one right here. So, this one you guys don't know about.
All right, we don't know about it. All right, let's
Well,
go.
you know about it, Bobby, but now that nobody else knows.
All right.
We were all at the field, and we were all up in the air, and I took off with my plane. Bobby take off with his plane. He's like, "Oh man, we got this many planes in the air. Oh man, this is gonna be a what do you call it, Bobby? What's it called? Huh? A gag? Yeah, a gag. It's like this is gonna be a gag." So I took off with my Hobby King. What is it? Not T-45, Sports Hawk. So I'm up there flying and I'm getting it and I'm cutting around and I'm like, oh man, I got these guys in the bag. I was moving on them. Came through, it's like, oh, I'm doing a little pass, just minding my business. And I pulled back on the elevator, nothing. And that sucker went in so hard. I was like, what in the world? I literally, Bobby was like, you good? Right before impact. I'm like, I got no elevator. And that joker just said, boom, it just scattered.
It scattered. It was a really nice debris field.
I mean, destroyed my 100 millimeter EDF. That was a jet fan EDF. So that's $250 gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus the plane, which was 900 and some change. And it just ended up being a bad evening. And and I blame Bobby because he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be a gaggle."
You blame me for your own crash? Okay. Yeah, like there's so much fake that you can't blame me for that. That was yours.
Yeah, that's on you. That's your crash, Bobby.
This guy, man.
But no, that one was my most. I think that was my most impactful one, other than the L-39, which that was bound to happen because that fuselage was old. So I didn't even worry about the L-39. That plane had probably like 500 flights on it by the time I got it. So
man, what about you, XP? What you got there, buddy?
Well, I hate to bring this one up because Bentley's watching, but
I know.
and
Bentley, turn that off.
And this one, and it's on my channel.
Close
If you
your
guys
eyes.
want to watch
Turn your
it.
ears off.
Well, the actual impact is on the channel, but what caused the crash was. So it was my first turbine. It was my Fabao Panther with a King Tech 120, and I just repainted the airplane. I spent all Christmas break refinishing it and repainting it, and it was beautiful. And we were out taking footage of it for the channel and whatnot, and I was just enjoying flying it because honestly, I love that airplane. The Panther is one of my favorite jets, and so I was just in love with this airplane, and I'd wanted a big Panther forever. So I finally got one, and it was great. And anyways, we're flying around, and we had gotten into FPV formation flying not too long before this, and so I thought it'd be really cool and Bentley had a G65 that he just got for Christmas, which was a really fun airplane, and we put a camera on it. So he was flying his G65 in FPV, and because the airplane's not nearly fast enough to keep up with a turbine, I'm like, hey, just follow me around and I'll just shoot touch and goes because I love doing touch and goes anyways. And so anyways, I was having him chase me around in FPV to get footage. Well, he was being super careful, and he was staying really far away. And I was like, if you're going to be that far away, you might as well not even bother, just because it's just going to be a little speck in the camera. So I'm like, get closer. And so I told him to get closer, and Bentley had just started flying FPV formation like a few weeks before this. And he hadn't done much actual following. He did more leading because that's your job. And so anyways, I asked him to get closer, and he did. And what ended up happening was he was outside of me, and I couldn't see him because he was behind me, and I'm flying normal, obviously. And so we were in the pattern, and I was turning base to final in a continuous rate turn. And anyways, he got closer and just came across the nose of my Panther and hit the nose. We both crashed, both airplanes completely totaled. The Panther was a complete loss. The turbine wasn't even really good. Very few things survived, minus like the servos and like the landing gear. So it was super painful. But honestly, the worst part of that whole thing was how bad Bentley felt.
Yeah,
because he was like on the verge of tears because he felt like he caused it to crash. And I had, obviously I was upset, but I wasn't upset at him. I was upset at myself for asking so much of him for his given skill level at that time. This was like 3 or 4 years ago. So he was only like 10 or 11 years old, and I was asking him to fly formation with a $5,000, $6,000 turbine jet. So
no pressure, right?
Yeah, I felt really bad, and I just kept telling him, like, it's not your fault. Like, don't be sad about this. This is my fault. So that was a really tough one. It was a great day until it wasn't. So
that's it. Jeez, what about you, Mountain RC?
Oh man, I had a 74-inch AJ Slick that I was flying, and I didn't really know too much about how to keep the antennas placed inside the fuselage. Keep them 90 degrees from each other. And it also had a slot in there to add another, satellite receiver, and I did not install it. I'm like, oh, I'll be fine. And I got a lockout, and it went into failsafe, and it just sailed off into the sunset. And I just watched it go. I couldn't get it back, and it just sailed off, and I had to track it probably a quarter mile away from the field, and I found it in complete ruins. probably $1,200, $1,300 plane.
Dude, that hurts, man.
Yeah. Especially
That
when I found
hurts.
it and I saw the damage, I was like, oh, forget about it. So
Watching a flyaway hurts, man.
yeah, when they fly away like that, it's like, what do you do? I'm like running with my hand in the air, the transmitter above my head, trying to get it back. Oh, forget it.
I mean, good grief! Like,
So word of the wise, just make sure you understand how to place your antennas inside your fuselage, or it could be bad.
I don't know if y'all remember Calvin and Hobbes, but there's that one illustration of Calvin running with the transmitter in his hand.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's what we all look like when we're trying to get signal back.
Jeremy, I saw that video, dude. What in the world?
If you show it, I'll tell the story. It's a memorable one.
All right, let me see if I can send this. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get this. Boy, oh boy.
That's a pretty good one, though.
Let's see. Let me just.
Hey, no. What about Tim? Come on, Tim.
Oh yeah, Tim. Tim, you're up, buddy.
He's never crashed.
Yeah, he's never crashed.
Come on, Mr. Perfect Flyer. Did you have anything that just scared you? You never crashed anything. Have you got scared?
No, I crashed
A hard landing.
I had well, I did have one. It didn't total the plane, but it was fairly new, like 6 flights. And it was my 6 scale F-16, and it wasn't really an error on my part. However, when I landed, I was flying at a field that was soaking wet. The field, and I had done like 5 flights before. This is the 6th flight on the plane. And when the front wheel touched down, it wasn't a perfect landing by any chance. It was a little bit harder than I would normally land it, but I was learning the plane. But the front wheel just trenched into the field and basically dug the nose. It finally collapsed the gear, but it dug into the dirt, busted the nose cone off, shoved mud, probably,
jeez,
I don't know, probably about 10 inches into the nose of the plane, and damage to the fiberglass, obviously. And then it didn't cartwheel. It went up on it. It came off the wheels on the back and slid down sideways and busted the wheels off the on one side of the F-16. But that was it wasn't a totaled, it's fixed. It's the one I'm flying today. But I was absolutely almost threw my IX-20, just threw a fit because I was like, what happened? And then when we walked out there, you just saw where that just made a trench with the front wheel when it touched down.
Wow.
But I've had plenty of crashes, but that I wouldn't call that a crash. It was a combination of me landing a little bit.
Runway excursion.
Yeah.
Landing
Well, while we're talking about excursions right here, check out this video that Jeremy Solt just sent me. Check this out. I said his name right. Y'all should be proud of me.
All right.
Here we go.
So this is my buddy Justin running into Tom Tabor.
Jeez.
He continued, but wait. Look out here in the distance.
Here we go.
As this goes, because I'm up there flying also, by the way, guys. F-86 goes, boom, right there.
Yeah, over here. What model was that?
looked like an F-86.
Yeah.
Okay, so T-33, MiG-17, and then my F-86 for Freeway.
Oh my god!
That crash was so epic right in front of me. I forgot I was flying.
Jeez.
And the F-86 just kind of.
Yeah, I can't even see the F-86.
It's right in the upper area, so keep going.
Oh, right here.
So there it is. Now watch. These guys crash. And they go past the screen. Look out in the distance, and you'll see the F-86 just kind of.
Yeah, he's right here.
There it is, right there. You missed it.
There it is.
It's right there. Yeah, I got it.
I totally forgot what I was doing.
You were watching the crash. Look. Dude, you were
Did
definitely
it go
not
in?
being
Oh
idiot.
God, he's going in.
Oh, it's going in.
You were definitely not paying attention.
Oh.
That is funny.
It was such an epic crash. So I was just like,
Oh my god.
and so three planes crashed all.
I have never seen that before. That one was just a penalty of just inattention right there. Unreal.
Oh my God.
This plane for scooters too when they came by. Good grief, man. That's wild. I've never seen anything like that.
It's all right, Jeremy. You got like 5 more to go. You got this like
That is crazy.
It was funny. It was a good
man.
I mean,
Well, look,
that was
yeah,
a
that was
memorable one, right? I mean, I literally was not even involved in the crash, but I was
Distracted.
It was so
I contributed
dramatic.
in my way. All right.
man, oh
We're
man.
distracted.
Well, look, dudes, we have been rolling for an hour and 29 seconds. So almost an hour and a half, man. I hate to do it, dude, but we're gonna have to shut this bad boy down, man. We just had way too much fun. This was an epic assortment of the dudes, of the minds, man. We've never had this many people on the channel and it actually be this successful, dude. We somehow all were able to communicate and not step on each other, man. That is absolutely crazy. So man, I really appreciate everybody coming in and checking out the show. RC Pilot Will, what you got, buddy, before we get out of here? Got anything?
Nah, man, I'm good. Everybody enjoy your weekend. You get out there and fly, get out there and do some flying, man.
That's it. What about you, Jeremy Salt?
No, I'm all giggles right now, man. That was funny.
Dude, that was a
That was good.
that was a perfect ending.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, is he going in? He's going in.
Oh, there, and that plane was gone.
Watch the other ones. Hex B, what you got, buddy?
not much. I'm working all weekend, so go out and have some fun for me.
Man, I absolutely will. I think we've got some storms coming, but I think we have like one day of good weather. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yes,
That's right.
We are intending to go back to JOK. That was
nice. Okay,
I've already signed up, so we're good.
man. And what about you, Mountain RC?
Just going to do some flying this weekend. Maybe go out to the salt flats. That was
Man,
pretty fun the last time.
so you and Jeremy, y'all over there hanging around the salt flats quite a bit, and Hex Speed, you're out there a little bit, right? Out that way.
We have some lake beds to fly off of too. Yeah,
I've never seen a lake bed like that
yeah,
before in my
they're
life.
cool. They're a lot of fun.
Other fossils out there? I mean, I gotta ask.
No.
You can do lots of dumb stuff out there. That's for sure.
Fossils, yeah. Will's plane carcasses are out there.
Will just was like, oh, that's horrible, dude. Look, hey, man, I certainly appreciate you guys.
One plug real quick. One plug. Pluck.
Oh.
All right. So the weekend of the 6th and 7th in
here
St. George, Utah, they've got their President's Day Fun Fly. So go make sure you guys come to that event. There's going to be all kinds of stuff there. I'll be there. We'll have a bunch of other people here from Utah down there having fun. Again, it's an all airplane event. Come out, have some fun. St. George is a great place to go. So Arizona, California, all those guys, come on up, have some fun.
Hey,
Awesome field.
before we leave, though, you got to tell me the story about the F4 behind you. We skipped somehow. We missed that back there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. This is a Skymaster F4 Phantom. I think it's a 1/7
Wow.
scale. Pretty dang awesome. Here, we'll bring this around. You got to see it.
That is beautiful. I love that blue.
I love
Yeah, look at that thing. Usually you see a lot of Thunderbirds, right, for the most part, on F4s or the green camel. But anyway, this thing's got got great detail all throughout the whole thing. Pretty awesome.
Nice.
Awesome cockpit setup done in there.
Wow.
We've got this is a dual turbine.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So we don't have bifurcated tubing or whatnot. We've got the dual Swewinds in there.
Jeez.
Thing rocks. This airplane was built by a guy out of Denver area, Josh Bybee. It was originally owned by my buddy Nate Baxter. Nate Baxter ended up selling it to one of the RC Air Shenanigans, Steve Dawson. So he owns that now. And so we are hoping to try and get this flown on Saturday. So
Jeez.
For some media, we're hoping for Grantsville to be awesome so that we can actually go out there and hit this bad fat bird.
Man, oh man. Dude,
PH fat.
that looks very, very nice. And the MB339 too looks pretty good too. I wish, is that the turbine version or no?
This one right here?
Yeah.
Now we'll give it a plug too. Why not, right?
Yeah, dude, I want one. That's probably going to be the next one. I don't have that one.
All right. So what I'm doing is I'm doing an assembly video for all of you guys that need any kind of assistance on assembling this jet. We're getting to the wiring portion of it. But yes, this is our AF models MB339 turbine edition. We're trying to decide whether or not we're going to put the NJet E86 in there, which looks like that, or if we're going to put a Sweewin 80 in there. We have some of those. But again, great looking airplane. It comes with what you see over here. You got some wing tanks that you can put on there too. 2 different interchangeable options on there. Pretty cool. And yeah,
it looks really good, man. Really, really good.
And that is the you guys heard about my F-16 F-86 crash. This is the replacement fuselage for my oopsie. So
very, very nice, my friend. Look, guys, we're gonna punch out of here, dude. We've been rolling pretty hard, man. You guys, we'll have to see you guys next time. But other than that, dude, we're out of here. What do y'all think?
Let's do it.
Go.
See ya.
All right. Until next time, y'all have a good one. Y'all take care of yourselves. We'll see you next time. Could have sworn I